Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. More Birthright here for you. So we are finally done with the Brecht realms and Brecht content, at least for now, and we are starting another one of the expansion sections here. This was one of the last ones that was released, but this is Tribes of the Heartless Wastes, or Heartless Waste, and this is covering the Voss. So yeah, so we're going to be working on that for you guys. This was voted on by our patrons, so we'll be doing this for the next little while, and we're going to start incorporating some of the other expansions, or some of the other expansion content, not necessarily the cultural ones here. So we still have, at some point, the Knassi and the Rurik to get to as well, but as I said, this one was voted on by our patrons. If you guys do want to influence some of the content direction for Birthright and other D&D things that we're going to be working on too, by all means head over to our Patreon. We've got multiple tiers there. Love the support, guys, and there's some exclusive content on there as well for D&D and some of our other games, more being added. But as I mentioned, this was one of the last ones, so all the other ones, the Rurik, the Brecht, and the Knassi, all got like these little like mini boxes. This one really didn't get the box treatment from TSR, so basically just this like soft, almost like soft cover jacket here with the content inside. So this one was written by Ed Stark, though, so you know it's going to be good when he personally did this one. So we jump in and we get several things here. So actually we'll take a quick look at the back here as a quick summary. So you get two books, actually. Not sure why they split it, whereas the others are all kind of in one. But basically, a 64-page DM guide covers some of the different non-PC realms and other information that's useful for the DM there. The Player's Chronicles, a 32-page booklet for PC realms and some of the other things relating to players. And I do like what they started doing in here. We'll kind of note that when we get into the realm descriptions. And we had that long series, which again, that'll be a whole separate set of videos for you guys. Those like player secrets guides to certain realms. Here they kind of started incorporating that into some of the realm descriptions too. Like, hey, this is useful for the player to know. The others would be useful for the DM, etc. And like kind of what the common folk would know versus like the regents and so on. So a neat little departure there, and interesting direction on where they could have maybe taken future Birthright products and things like that. Maybe even like eventual revamps of some of the existing products. We do get war cards for the Voss, elf, and humanoid units, and then a nice map of Vossgard itself. So, and this is one that's really, of all the Birthright content out there, so this tends to be one of the least played ones, so there's definitely fertile ground out there as far as, let's learn what all these realms are about, what it really is like to play in the Voss areas, versus the other sort of classic setting of Birthright, which is Anna Weir. We did just spend a lot of time with the Brecht, which again is more of that sort of Northern European, Baltic, Germanic, mercantile realm, but still mixed with a lot of great fantasy and fantastic elements. So definitely check out that whole series, guys. Plenty of videos for the Brechts. But we get to the Voss, which is this kind of hybrid. The Rurik, I was liking them more to like Viking type culture, but here you got this kind of mixed with I would say maybe more like barbarian, Mongolish steppe type of culture, so maybe even like the Huns, stuff like that. So we'll get into that more and explain what really makes this a unique section and area to host your Birthright campaigns in, and really just what makes this one different than all the others. So and of course that was killed, I think, with pretty much all the artwork for Birthright, although the Brecht one is a little more like fantasy romance novel art, but this one just shows you the brutality right off the bat before we even read a single word, really. Just take a look at that scene there. So you got what clearly are the Voss sort of tribesmen in this instance. We notice they're not riding horses. They have their own unique cavalry there, which we'll get into, the Varsk, which are nasty looking, and we can see what maybe was like some sort of typical adventuring party, which just absolutely got wrecked here. So and just the brutality of adventuring here. So yeah, so let's dig in, guys. Again, this is just gonna be a quick overview video. We got a long set of content. So they didn't add anything on the inside jacket for this one, which could have been something worth doing. So this is the smaller of the books. So the Player's Chronicles. So covers the history a little bit, and then the 4 player realms basically. Not even going to try and pronounce that one right now. Melee, Ravinodensk, and then Yeninsky, and then some of the other player primers things. So this one definitely goes pretty quick. Again, only a little over like 30 pages on that one. So I think we end up with 32. And again, not really like a separate like cover jacket to it really. So like this again likely was going to be like one book at one point, and then they decided to split this one apart. So the DM's guidebook, obviously a little bit more meat to this one. So introduction, you got the NPC realms, got non-human and Anche realms, and there's some really interesting Anche that we'll get into in this one too. Then we'll slowly start working on detailing them in a separate video or series of videos with the Blood Enemies expansion. The Feral Lands, new rules for a new land. So one of the neat things with picking these up, even if you still want to just adventure in and create campaigns in the Anawir setting, just as we saw with the Brights, there's new domain actions and stuff that come with all these campaign expansions. So it's worth picking them up. But again, we also want to be completionists, so we have everything for Birthright because there's just so much cool stuff here. And again, we can kind of already tell with just the sheer amount of videos we've done now for just Anawir and the Bright. We have this to go, which will be a ton of videos. The Kinasi at some point to get that sort of Middle Eastern culture as far as that whole section of the continent and what those realms look like, and then still got the Rurik to go, and then a couple of other odds and ends on some of the realms too. So there's just so much cool stuff. But anyway, so we get a lot there. It does come with some more army cards for us, which is cool. These aren't perforated, but you're just gonna have to cut those out. But to give you an idea on some of their things here and some of their stats. So we got some pretty beefy ones here. I like that Aral's armor one. Must be a unique unit. Defense 4, melee 5, and even +1 to attack versus irregular spears or pikes. So nasty stuff there. Some of the Voss archers, pretty typical stuff there. You got the Voss artillerists, Voss berserkers, Voss cavalry. They do have horses. But they also have these Varsk riders, which we'll get into. Named cavalry as well. Got some special Orogs there, the sword rusts. The Varsk riders, as you can see, absolutely nasty. Slower than cavalry, but normal cavalry, but nasty. So as if the humans weren't deadly enough, you got these lizard cavalry that work in the cold, basically. Even some religious troops there. The Axes of Belanik, interesting one. Okay defense, but powerful offense. And then if they are accompanied by a priest, they get nastier. Got plenty of non-humans as well here. Troll Legion, so like a troll unit. Obviously hits like a truck. Artwork's a little goofy on that one, but that's all right. Some Goblin Wolf Riders. And then some new weather cards. You got the Blizzard, Frozen Lake, and Armed Camp. And then finally the map here, which we'll get this folded out for you guys. Take a look here. Oops. So again, this is the northeastern part of Cerealia, the continent here. So we saw some of our Brecht realms there. We got Drakenward, Gravis Mule, Wolfguard, all that stuff, the Hag. But we have sort of this big unknown, untamed region, this big island here, Torova Temilatin, which is the size of probably a couple normal realms anyway. But then we got things like the Null Fells, the March, the Ice March rather, Hjorrig, a curious case of a realm there, sort of a Rurik realm all the way over here. Remember we covered Reslav before, but we got the Mistmoor, Ravninodensk, the Battle Fens, out here Lutovsky, Velnoye, Melee, Melier, or something like that. Small realm there. The Manticore, right? We get into some of those Anche. They are present. Calathor, Goblin Realm, Malakev, Kozlovny, the Lamia, another nasty one. The Iron Hand Tribes, Yeninskie, got that. The Raven, very powerful, excuse me, very powerful Anche. And then Zoloskaya all the way out here. So, and kind of the map scale as well. So you have an idea of the size of some of these realms. But yeah, so a pretty sizable area. Lots of, again, just new things here. So we're going to be in for some fun content here exploring these realms, guys. This is sort of the far reaches, I would say, the overall the least quote unquote civilized of the whole section of Cerealia. And again, very much more like the sort of, again, we'll liken it to like the Huns and Mongols and things like that. Culturally, but just also with the terrain and territory and stuff like that. But anyway, but mixed with a little bit of sort of Nordic influence and stuff as well, because we are dealing with a lot of these cases like the extreme like tundras and just frozen Arctic type climates as well, mixed in with a healthy dose of crazy fantasy goodness here and Birthright stuff. Birthright uniqueness. So we are gonna wrap it up for this one here again, guys. A worthy expansion. So again, there's the 5 big campaign parts. You got the classic box set, which covers Annuir. We covered Havens of the Great Bay, which is the Brechts. You got the Rearic Highlands eventually. Here we got Tribes of the Heartless Waste, and then I think Cities of the Sun for the Kanasi. So you got 5 big things, which again, just you already saw how many realms and domains we covered for just the classic core box, what we've added now with the Brecht. So you get that 4 more times with if you buy all the other expansions and just add so much stuff, guys. You will literally never run out of like campaigns and ideas for Birthright. There's just so many possibilities here. And really just gives you some inspiration for your own home brews too. If you don't campaign specifically in Birthright, you got all these options. But again, one of the things we love about this setting, right, we can run the game as a domain ruler, as a king, or other type of leader of a realm, or we can still do classic adventuring, or even mix it all together. There's just so much cool stuff with Birthright. So hope you guys enjoyed a quick taste here of the Voss. We'll get in with videos very soon, guys. And again, if you want to see some of this upcoming content early, by all means, join our Patreon. All the support helps us get more content out for you guys. And you get some other cool exclusives along the way, stuff that you won't have on the regular channel. So hit us up there, guys. Link in the description, and we'll see you soon.